Legends and Lores. House of Pace. Book of Tominius. The Queen of Tor. Chapter 1. Before the Answers. Like, comment, subscribe, buy me a coffee. Book available on Amazon.
I have judged kings, tyrants, saints, and monsters, sending more than I can name into the dark that waits beneath us all. It is not a place I chose, nor one I may refuse. But none tested me as she did, the Queen of Tor. She is the one judgment I never wished to make. Before I speak of her, you must first understand the one who was asked to judge her. Nearing the end of my time, I began gathering the accounts of others, their words, their judgments, their memories of me. You've just read some of them. This is my book, yes, but it would be incomplete without those reflections. There are always two sides to a story. I can tell you who I believe I am, but how the world has seen me, that is something I was never meant to fully know.
I wanted nothing more than to be a farmer, to till the soil, to watch the quiet miracles of life unfold beneath the sun, to live a life of simplicity. Power over others held no appeal to me. Yet life has a cruel way of steering us far from our desires.
Mine was never simple. To help you understand, I must take you back to where it all began.
I was taken by horse faster than I ever had before. The horse beneath me foamed at the mouth, its breath ragged, its strides uneven, but I did not slow. I couldn't. Every second felt stolen, every heartbeat too late. Each stride of the steed was a battle, my hands clenched so tight on the reins that they ached, my mind a storm of panic and dread. Something was wrong. Not in the world, in me.
My hands trembled to not fall from the horse, not from the ride, but from something deeper, something crawling beneath my skin. It had started an hour before, a pressure behind my eyes, a whisper without sound, a feeling like I was being watched or chased from somewhere deep inside the forest.
And then, the vision.
I clenched my jaw, forcing the memory back, but it clawed its way forward anyway. Fire, darkness, a voice in words I did not understand.
Intima is the human.
When I finally glimpsed my parents' home in the distance, relief and fear warred inside me. I dismounted before the horse had fully stopped, my boots hitting the ground unevenly. My legs nearly gave out beneath me. My fingers fumbled to secure him to the post alongside the other horses. Then dread followed just as quickly. There were too many horses. Had something happened to father? Mother? Was this why I had this feeling?
I cursed under my breath and simply let the reins fall, my body trembling as I staggered toward the open door.
The door was open? That alone made my chest tighten. Father and mother never left it open, not waiting, not inviting. I stepped inside. The air felt wrong, too still, too quiet, like the house itself was holding its breath. They were already there. Coricius, Rhee, Elizabeth, all of them standing near the table, all of them looking at me. And I knew. Before a single word was spoken, I knew. Yet with an uncanny calm I could not feel.
It happened to you too? It happened to you too?
Elizabeth's voice quivered thin, fragile, like it might break if she said anything more, her hands wringing at her sides. I couldn't answer, not right away, because if I said yes, it would be real. Instead, I nodded, though confusion clung to me. Could this have truly happened to them as well? Their nods confirmed my fear. My body, still trembling uncontrollably, nearly betrayed me as I collapsed into a chair, the wood creaking beneath my weight.
No, this doesn't make sense. This doesn't happen to all of us,
Rhys said, his voice climbing with each word.
It has to mean something else. It has to.
No one answered at first. The question hung there, thin and trembling, like it might snap if anyone touched it. Rhee's leg bounced beneath the table, the wood trembling with it. His eyes flicked from face to face, searching for something solid, certainty, or just someone brave enough to lie.
It means exactly what it means,
Coricius replied, his chin held high, a pillar of composure as always. Coricius, the eldest, had always been the anchor. In times of trial, he bore the calm of someone who had seen the storms of life and knew how to weather them. Yet even he was not immune to the strain that now gripped us. Perspiration gathered on his brow despite his steady posture. Normally, he radiated stability and authority. He had earned accolades from scholars, built a family, cultivated success in trade, and served the townspeople with honor. He set the standard by which we measured ourselves, and now, even he seemed frail beneath the weight of what had just occurred. Too quickly, too firmly. I looked at him. He stood straighter than the rest of us, chin lifted, shoulders squared, but there was sweat on his brow. His hands were clenched so tightly at his sides they trembled. Even he was afraid.
What did you see?
I asked. The question hung in the air. Still, no one answered. Rhee stopped pacing. Elizabeth looked at the floor. Coricius hesitated. That hesitation frightened me more than anything else.
You first,
Rhee snapped, pointing at me.
You ask the question. You say it.
Something else lingered beneath the memory of the forest. Something I did not want to touch. A moment where breath had failed me, where the world had gone quiet in the way it never should. And what came after? No, not now. I swallowed. My throat felt dry. I saw... I began, then stopped. The memory pressed harder. I saw something watching me from the forest, I said finally. Not a man, not anything I know. It spoke a language I could not understand that burned. Elizabeth let out a quiet sob. Rhee backed away a step. Coricius closed his eyes.
I knew it,
he whispered. What? I demanded. His eyes opened slowly.
We are to await further instructions from Father,
Coricius replied, his chin held high, a pillar of composure as always. The room seemed unreal, as if the events I had endured were no more than a fevered dream. My mind and body reacted as such, yet a gnawing thought settled deep in my chest. It had happened. All of it, not only to me, but to my brothers and sister as well. My body shivered violently, though the sunlight pouring through the window was warm. Something was changing. I could feel it now. Not just fear, not just memory. Something inside me was shifting, cracking. What is happening to us? I asked, barely above a whisper. From behind us, slow, measured, certain, Father entered the room, his presence commanding yet serene. Almost instantly my nerves steadied, but only slightly. The expression on his face was unreadable, holding the weight of knowledge and secrets too vast for ordinary minds. A chill ran down my spine as I tried to soak in the sun's warmth, searching for grounding. He walked slowly, deliberately, hands clasped behind his back, eyes lowering in contemplation. The room held its breath as he paused by the table, tilting his head downward for what felt like an eternity. Then, almost imperceptibly, he raised his gaze and allowed a cracked, faint smile to form. My chest tightened. Was he toying with us? Was this some cruel game? Finally, he spoke.
I know.
His voice steady but layered with the weight of what he carried.